Hey everybody, it's Christine up today for the scrap room using the DoubleShot kit, and this is a girly birthday party themed collection and layout from Photo Play. And I actually borrowed some pictures from a friend because I was pretty tapped out on birthday girl pictures, and so I thought I'd take advantage of a cute little 1-year-old's birthday and scrap some of that. So I am starting things off. I'm going to use just a white base and just really have a bright, colorful, whimsical layout. I'm going to use the white, and I have that green as a border, and then I have cut a whole bunch of circles, and you can see I've cut them kind of wonky. I was just playing with various design elements, and so I thought about doing like a partial circular border and just all kinds of different things. So when you're seeing all these circles and you're like, what in the world? It was just me cutting circles and playing, and finally I landed on that I was just going to do a whole bunch of circles in the middle and create a big layer of color and whimsy. You can see that the size definitely varies here, and you can see that I'm also leaving the middle open because I am going to put my pictures right over the top. So despite the fact that it looks totally chaotic and haphazard at this point, all of a sudden, when you put those pictures on there, boom, looks like it should. So everything is flat right now, and I'm going to add in dimension in various ways, but it's very flat right now, which is very atypical for me. Normally, within all those circles and stuff, I would have some dimension already, and I just wanted things to be flat, and I'm not really sure why I approached it that way this time, but I did. Now, I'm also kind of trying to figure out, do I want this set of circles in the middle? Do I want them a little bit up? Playing with just different ideas of design here. I'm going to be honest, these colors and the patterns, it didn't come real easy for me on this day. And then to add to it, it was a pain to photograph. But being able to give the layout to my friend in the end, it did make up for some of the exhaustion that went along with it. Because she is not a scrapbooker, so it was fun to do something for her that she can start an album for her little girl with. So you can see now I'm going to go ahead and secure everything on. I hadn't secured those circles yet, and so I'm going to just build one big cluster, if you will, of the circles and my pictures and get those secured onto the layout. Now, because everything is so flat, I am going to actually pull my pictures up, and I am going to go ahead and add some crafty foam tape to the back of those because it just was feeling too flat. There wasn't a good way, like I said, to put the circles up with some dimension, so doing the pictures was going to be my best choice. Now, I did do something a little different today. I did matte my pictures with pink cardstock, which normally I do white. 9 times out of 10, maybe even 9.5 times out of 10, I do white. So that was kind of a different approach for me today. Now, what I'm doing right now is just making sure that where my pictures are located is actually pretty centered. Obviously, they're set at an angle, so I'm not worried about the tilt and that stuff, but I am worried. I want them to be in the middle. I don't want them to be too close to the top or too close to the bottom or either side. I want them to be approximately centered. And so I'm double checking that before I go on to building up the layout even more. So I'm going to use the embellishments now to start embellishing and building my title and all that. So I've got this great banner here. You can see I'm popping it up with some 3D foam adhesives. And I don't use banners a lot on my layouts, but this month I definitely gravitated towards using them more. I think this is like the 3rd time this month that I have used a banner on a layout. So that's kind of an interesting trend that I am going to. Not that I'm saying the whole industry is going to it, but I'm going to it anyway. it was just a really nice fit for right there below the pictures. So, you know, oftentimes I feel like banners, it's like, where can I put this? But this was just one of those times it fit so nicely. Now, the next thing I'm going to add is this cake. And I went ahead and I pulled out a letter sticker from Simple Stories and added a 1 onto the cake just to show that this was her first birthday. Although maybe that's totally obvious. It still helps to tell the story and coordinate it nicely. So decided to do that, and I'm adding that over on the right side of the picture. Next up, I'm going to add these balloon looking stickers to the bottom. First, I put a border sticker all the way along the bottom there, and then I staggered those shapes that look like balloons, and I'm actually going to stitch some balloon lines there, use some hand stitching. So yet another trend that for me this month, I'm doing a lot more hand stitching than I have in quite a while. And this layout, I did it on those balloons, and it was just the perfect added touch for making those balloons something special. So now really it is time to finish things up before I do my stitching. I will do that very last, but you can see I've added on that cute balloon bouquet up on the upper left hand side of the pictures. I've got my great happy birthday banner title, and now I feel like I need to add some additional whimsy. I feel like the top is kind of dry at this point. So I'm going to just pull off these little star stickers and sprinkle them, if you will, up around the top. And that was just a great way to bring in some added color up there without adding any huge elements, without distracting from the pictures or the title, but just to add some extra sprinkling of fun up there. And I love how this one turned out, in spite of the fact that it was a pain to photograph, and in spite of the fact that I really struggled with it initially. I do love how it turned out, and I was so excited to give it to my friend because of that. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to finish things off completely. I will pull out my ruler and I am just going to poke some holes underneath those balloons so that I can do the stitching for that. I will not do the stitching on camera for this one. If you're interested in seeing me do some stitching on camera, leave me a comment down below because I can link you to some other videos where I've done some stitching on camera. But it takes time. And often when I'm doing it, I will turn off my camera and turn on an audiobook or turn on the TV and stitch and do those things while I stitch instead of spending an hour on camera doing it. So there you have it, a very fun, lighthearted first birthday layout for a special little girl. Be sure to check out the kits this month from the Scrap Room. This one is from the DoubleShot kit, and it has 2 fresh page kits in it. And then you can also check out the Flavors of the Month page, or the Flavors of the Month kit, which has 4 additional page kits. So you could get up to 6, and you can also get a whole bunch of add-ons. She's always got great options. Hint, hint, I've seen December's kits and they are fabulous. So yes, we're towards the end of November, but head over there and check out the club so that you can see what she's got coming your way for December. She'll start sneaks later this week. So thank you so much for being here today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you aren't a subscriber here already, and we will see you again next time.